really hunt for treasure, though. He just kind of he looked around for the Master Emerald that one time. Where does this treasure hunter thing come from? That's the thing. Finish your thought. They also decided to go with a very cinematic thing. They decided, yeah, we're gonna have a story. We're going to have an explicit narrative with a plot and conflict and all this shit that happens. A very different approach. So it's just their priorities were very different. So when you go, okay, we're gonna kind of be plot-centric with the series going forward from here. Not that, like, it's an expansive narrative, but they did say, okay, we're going to have narrative with these games. When you don't have a story, and it's not really something that you prioritize, yeah, you can just have one villain. It's just Mario and Bowser, Mario and Bowser, Mario and Bowser. Whatever. Right? It doesn't matter. It's not important. What's important is the gameplay. Whereas if you're kind of going with a story angle, it is kind of important, and it does get kind of dull to just go like Sonic versus Eggman every single time. You can't really... That doesn't give you a lot of freedom in terms of, like, narrative writing. So, they did kind of have to start inventing other villains. And that started with Chaos. But Chaos was more of a villain of the week type villain. He didn't really... Like, he wasn't a villain. He was an antagonist for that game. So they came up with Shadow and Rouge. And Shadow and Rouge are like, okay, here are some bad guys to... Like, you can't just be Sonic and Eggman anymore. We gotta have more characters, or else it's going to kind of be a boring-ass, very simple story, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. And later in the franchise, they would decide to keep it simple, stupid. You can have a 3D game with a story that doesn't necessarily have to be like a rich narrative. You can keep it as kind of a Saturday morning cartoon style to the treatment of the narrative. But starting out with this series, with the Sonic Adventure games, they did kind of... They did wanna... like, not take it seriously necessarily, but they didn't want to slouch. They wanted to show their chops, so to speak. It's hard to find the right words, but you get what I'm talking about. They went in another direction with it, compared to what Mario did. So, necessarily speaking, you have to have other villains to fill out the rogues gallery. And that's something you even had with Mario as well, because if you're going to have a story-based Mario game, it can't just be Mario versus Bowser. That's why you had the Mario RPGs, like Superstar Saga, like Paper Mario, came up with new villains. One more left. Like Superstar Saga had the Smithy and those other characters, and the Paper series had other villains too. Like in A Thousand Year Door, Bowser wasn't even really the villain in that one. When you have an emphasis on story, that inherently brings more complication to how you can treat the story and what you're able to do with it. You can't just have Mario vs. Bowser. You can't just have Sonic vs. Eggman. You gotta do more with it. And now I finished that rant, and I'm trying to remember the other stuff I wanted to talk about. Oh, if you noticed, while I was playing as Sonic, whenever he jumps, he doesn't just turn into, like, a ball anymore. He gets kind of a blue outline around him now. And he, like, I wish I had talked about it now, because I don't have a chance to talk about it here. but he does these kind of like fun little poses, falling through the air with just a blue outline around him to represent the spin, instead of just like literally curling up into a ball. He's still in that I can do damage to things state, but he isn't literally like a sprite, because that's what it was in Adventure 1. It was just a 2D sprite of Sonic in a ball, all curled up. But in this, he's still like a full 3D model with a little bit of blue. God damn it. With a little bit of like a blue outline around him. Shadow also has that effect. And, okay, Knuckles, the world's greatest treasure hunter. Where does that come from? Right? What the fuck is they talking about? What the fuck is they talking about? I think that's from the OVA, which is really hilarious. I think that's the first, if that's where it comes from. That might be the first instance of the extended Sonic media affecting the games.
It's closer.
Because Sonic is a... Knuckles is a treasure hunter? What? No? He chills out on Angel Island. That's the other thing I want to talk about. Where the fuck is it? Where's the specific place? Oh, connect the dots. Okay. Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck is it? Here? In the Sonic OVA, that weird, surreal, fucked up thing.
I found him.
That I talked about in Sonic CD, where Knuckles had a cowboy hat for no reason, which I fucking love! By the way, I love that cowboy hat!
Yeah,
I love Knuckles with that cowboy hat for no reason. But in that, he says, like, I'm hunting for treasure. I'm a treasure hunter. I'm like, no? Knuckles, his thing is he protects the Master Emerald.
Huh? Who's there?
Listen to this delivery.
What the... ghost?
That's a great delivery, okay? Fuck you. Say what you want about the voice acting in this game. There are some really good line reads. King Boom Boo! Yeah! Did I mention that this game came out on the GameCube? You know what else came out on the GameCube? Luigi's Mansion. Just saying. Kind of funny how things turn out that way, right? And there was also a Boo level in, I think King Boo was a boss in Sonic, Mario Sunshine, Sonic Sunshine. That was a game. Anyone else remember Sonic Sunshine? I do. Funny how you have overlap like that, though. Knuckles fights a ghost boss, and again, this almost feels like catharsis for what he had to deal with in Sandopolis Zone back in Sonic 3. Fuck, I'm getting all fucked up now. Ugh. And again, this kind of, for some reason, a lot of extended media took this moment and said Knuckles is afraid of ghosts. What the fuck are you talking about? This is proof that Knuckles ain't afraid of no ghosts. Knuckles is a freaking Ghostbuster. He's fighting these motherfuckers. They're like, yeah, I'ma fuck with you, and he's like, I'ma beat you up. I am going to punch this ghost with my fist. And there's a great moment in the comics where, like, he's hanging out with the Chaotix, because of course he would be. And he's like, ghosts aren't fucking scary. If they're intangible, fuck you, they can't hurt me. And if they are tangible, you can punch them. Like, if they can hurt you, guess what? They're tangible, and you can just punch them in their stupid face. Ghosts ain't scary. So yeah, I don't know where the treasure hunter thing comes from. He just chills out on Angel Island all day, safeguarding the Master Emerald. I don't really see how hunting treasure comes into play there. I mean, again, in Sonic Adventure, his storyline concluded with him going, I don't need to know what the fuck is going on. I'm at peace. This is where I belong. I am at peace here on this island. because I have a sense of purpose. I know what I am supposed to do with my life. I'm supposed to safeguard the Master Emerald. That's my raison d'etre. And as I said in that video, if Knuckles knew more about his heritage and about the truth of the Master Emerald, maybe that would only complicate his life, and he would no longer be at peace the way he was. And I feel like to a small degree, we start to see that. Because I've always been somewhat unsatisfied, somewhat like, what's a good way to say it? I feel like Knuckles' characterization is really hard to handle. Because again, in my mind, Knuckles belongs on Angel Island safeguarding the Master Emerald. That's what he does. That's his thing. He doesn't need to get involved with these crazy adventures. The only reason he's here is because Rouge
Let's go, Amy! Yeah.
has pieces of the Master Emerald and she's with Eggman, so he's gonna help out.
Sonic!
Yeah, Bruce Lee!
To me!
Ooh.
As well as the Chaos Emerald. All on you to destroy these pests. Come off, my servant!
I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. The master plan. I am the Eggman. That's the plan. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the music in this game is fucking amazing. Eggman's theme is so fucking good. So it always becomes this weird thing where, like, he's running around in Sonic Heroes helping out, and he's running around, doing stuff, and it's like, why? What's his investment? Who's protecting the Master Emerald? Like, what are you doing, man? This, like, you have your, like, duty. What about your duty to protect the Master Emerald? So it always feels like you need to justify it in some way, and I guess they just kind of got tired of justifying it. Fuck it, Knuckles is a character in the series. He's going to get involved with these stories. Ours is not to question why. Like, just be happy Knuckles is here. No, you need more. You need more than that. So, like, the way, like, I headcanon it, I guess, is, you know, he had his purpose and his duty, and he didn't need more than that. If he found out anything else about, like, the truth of the Master Emerald and the truth of his heritage, that would just complicate his life to a degree that he doesn't need. Like, he wouldn't have his peace anymore. Knuckles just wants to live a quiet life, but he keeps getting dragged into these conflicts. And part of that, I think, does come from
Nice try, Rocky!
a more developed understanding of his heritage and where he came from, and what he knows about his culture, and the origins of the Master Emerald, and what its purpose is. He explained to Rouge in that first cutscene.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shuttle liftoff.
Do you hear NASA's getting rid of the shuttles? I don't get that. I love these things. I love the design of the space shuttle. I guess before the Challenger blew up, people were a lot more open to putting this stuff in games. You barely see the shuttle in games anymore, ever since the Challenger explosion. This FMV looks great too. Fuck you, people.
So this is the space colony where Eggman is hiding. What the?
Is everyone alright? We should be landing soon.
The hatch doors are open. Don't sweat it, Knuckles. The only thing in the cargo bay are those
What do you
Master
mean, don't
Emeralds.
sweat it?
Right?
Land the
Knock
shuttle
it
and
off,
let me
Knuckles.
out.
We're gonna crash this thing if you keep that up. Oh no! Don't touch that lever! Whoa!
Yeah, I had to shut up for that because for some reason there's no subtitles during the FMVs. And you needed to hear that.
What's up
I'm
with that
sorry,
knucklehead
but
anyways?
you
Trying
needed to
take
hear
over the
that.
shuttle. I thought we were toast for sure. Huh?
So once again, here's the power trio. Where's Knuckles?
Looks like
Fuck you. All I care about is the Master
This
Emerald.
place looks deserted. Dusty, too. This place was shut down.
Yeah,
about
you needed to
50
hear
years
that.
ago
That
because
was
of
a
terrible
weird
accident.
example of this game's
The
mixing
first
problems
Bernoulli
with its
spherical
audio.
space colony called ARC.
Bernoulli.
When it was operational, it was the most advanced research center.
I love
of
this
its
theme
kind.
of theme of
Looking at it
exposition.
Now it's an abandoned ark, wouldn't you say?
Biblical.
There's not much time left before Eggman fires that weapon again. We've got to hurry. Let's find the cannon and destroy it.
Yeah,
Okay, pay attention to this. This is important.
someone designed that weapon to be impenetrable
Not-
outside attacks. Its defense shields are super strong, so we have to find a way to destroy it
Isn't
inside.
that a chaos
Boom.
emerald?
Pay attention to this.
It
It's
looks
important.
like it, doesn't it? But in fact, it's a fake one I created after researching the real emerald. It has the same wavelength and properties, but it's less powerful than the real one.
Less
It's
powerful.
designed to reverse the energy field
Reverse
inside
the energy of the Chaos
blow up.
Emeralds.
It looks so real, even a machine can't tell the difference.
So,
Power supply and destroy.
the Chaos Emeralds, as I kind of explained a little bit, are meant to harness the natural abilities of chaos. Sonic represents a positive version of chaos.
Leave me behind and have all the fun.
I love that echo effect. The Chaos Emeralds harness the powers of chaos, which are exemplified by, in particular, Sonic and Chaos.
Okay.
Chaos is power enriched by the heart. So what the Chaos Emeralds do is amplify your own natural abilities, more or less. They don't really imbue you with any particular power. Again, as I explained, with that whole monologue about what Chaos Control is, which is, again, important. I hope you're still remembering that. It's important. It allows Shadow to slow down time using the Chaos Control because he's naturally faster. He's naturally very fast anyway. So that's what it's doing. It's taking he is harnessing the power of a single Chaos Emerald in order to amplify his own natural capabilities, which is something Sonic couldn't do. Sonic needed all 7 Chaos Emeralds in order to do the same thing, in order to become Super Sonic.
Okay.
Look at Elmo Chow being sucked into space for eternity. Oh shit! Because, I guess, there's a lot of interesting, theories I could devise about the explanation for that. But that's my point. The power of the Chaos Emeralds is to harness the abilities of Chaos.
Okay.
And that emerald that Tails has is a fake emerald designed to counteract the Chaos Emeralds. It's on the same wavelength and has the same properties because it is an anti-Chaos Emerald. That is the reason it is on the same wavelength and has the same properties, because it was designed to go, oh, the Chaos Emeralds are doing this? Fuck you, turn that around and blow it up inside its own asshole. That is what that emerald is designed to do. It does not harness your own natural abilities. God damn everything. It does not harness and amplify your own natural abilities the way the Chaos Emeralds do that allows Shadow to use the Chaos Control or allows Sonic to go Super Sonic. It can't do that. It, in fact, would do the opposite. Say, it's basically the Gold Experience Requiem to Shadow's The World. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Imagine Shadow used the Chaos Control. Tails would use the fake emerald to reverse that, and he wouldn't be able to slow down time. like the Chaos Control does. Imagine if Sonic tried to go supersonic or something like that. The fake Emerald would turn him back to normal, or make him go nega, or something like that. Hypothetically. None of it's ever used, but that's the point. That's the entire purpose of the fake Emerald. Like, the Space Colony arc is using the powers of the Emeralds to power the Eclipse Cannon. I designed this fake Emerald to reverse the polarity of the Chaos Emeralds so that will blow up the Eclipse Cannon. That's the basis of all that I'm talking about. So that's important. Remember that Emerald is a fake designed to do the opposite of what the Chaos Emeralds can do, such as powering the Eclipse Cannon. Just put that in the back of your brain, okay? I'm just saying. It's important. Okay, anyway. I forgot what I was talking about before with Knuckles. Yeah, Treasure Hunter. I don't know where that, would necessarily complicate his life. Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, didn't I? And so, like, I feel like necessarily what happened after the conclusion of Sonic Adventure is he found out. Holy shit. He found out things. He was like, I don't know what the full story is, and in a way, I'm glad I don't. Because that's just going to complicate my life. I don't need to know. But I feel like after the events of Sonic Adventure, after helping to put away Chaos, I feel like he necessarily did have to have learned something. I feel like maybe Sonic explained about his flashbacks and he put it together. Maybe Tikal came out of the Master Emerald and explained some shit to him. I don't know. Something happened to where Knuckles understands. And I'm not gonna wait until the very fucking end of the game to talk about this, but there's something that happens at the end of the game where Knuckles says Tikal's recital. Chaos is power. Power enriched by the heart. The Unifier is the one who controls the Chaos. The thing that Tikal said, that was what Tikal's grandmother said. Somehow Knuckles knows that mantra now. So something must have happened to where he understands what the purpose and utility of the Master Emerald as the unifier of the Chaos is able to do. So he understands more about his heritage, more about his duty, more about what the Master Emerald is and is capable of. He's lost his peace. He is no longer at peace the way he was after the ending, god damn it, of Sonic Adventure. Because, like, it's better that I don't know. Now he knows. So there's no taking that back. You can't put the lid back on Pandora's box, you know? He knows he can't unknow, and in knowing, his life is now more complicated than it was previously. And I feel like that is a fair enough explanation as to why he does get involved in worldly matters outside of
I did it, Sonic!
Outside of Angel Island, the way he does in the continuing games of the series after this point. Why he does get involved in, say, Sonic Heroes. Because, like, he doesn't have that peace anymore. He doesn't have that, like, that ignorant, but, like, calming, purposeful drive to his existence any longer. I don't know. But, like, that is something I did notice about this game, was where, like, he's being drawn further and further away from his soul.
Sonic,
okay.
Now put that emerald...
Tails, tell Sonic to meet you back at the research facility.
Sonic! Amy is...
I didn't get that, Tails. What happened to Amy? Tails!
I do kind of hate that, where whenever someone reads a line and it's like ... you're meant to get he's being interrupted. I hate where they say the line, and it's very obvious that they're just going, okay, I am going to stop talking now. Right? Like, Amy is... And then he stops talking. It's clear that the intention of that line is, Sonic, Amy is... like he was supposed to get cut off somehow, right? This level's really fucking hard, because I don't know where the... This and these final couple of levels with Knuckles and Rouge later. Great music, but like these are ones where it's like, fuck me, these are too big. These are too fucking big, man. It's really... And the fact that it's one emerald at a time doesn't help. I feel like if we had the style from Sonic Adventure, where it was all three are active at once, these would be way more manageable, but the fact that it's one at a time and these levels are so fucking big does present itself as kind of a major problem. Like, clearly the intention of that line was Tails was meant to continue saying something and just gets cut off. Like, maybe there should have been some static over the walkie-talkie or something. But no, the voice actor just went, Amy is... Like, fuck you, I hate that. And again, I feel like that lends credence to my theory. And again, I don't have anything really to base this off of aside from, like, just the way the game plays out in its narrative. I feel like originally Amy was supposed to be playable, because the last time we saw Amy, she was just standing there alone going, oh, you guys, oh, I hate you guys, always having all the fun. And she was just left alone. That was the last time we saw her. I feel like originally, the idea was she would have a level where she's like being chased by badniks or something like that in the center of a triangle star. It doesn't help me. God damn it, this level is so fucking big. And at the conclusion of that level, she would get found by Eggman and taken captive. But as it stands, we really don't see how that hashes out. I mean, we see it from Eggman's perspective in the Dark storyline. But we don't really see... Like just going off of the hero storyline, it's like... What the fuck just happened? Like, we concluded... Oh, fuck off.
2 more left.
We concluded Tails' level there, we cut to Sonic, and oh shit, they got Amy. What happened? Right? That happens a couple times, where it's like, oh, it feels a little bit like there's something missing here to explain what Amy was doing. And I think that's also like they didn't want to, because all like when you get to Team Dark, in the Dark storyline, all of the characters on that side are just analogs to the 3 gameplay styles here, where Shadow plays like Sonic, Rouge plays like Knuckles, Eggman plays like Tails. I feel like they didn't want to go, okay, we're not thinking of a 4th character to be a bad guy who does Amy's gameplay style. Although it might have also been that they decided to cut her gameplay before thinking up Team Dark. It's something that, I don't know. It's something that... It's a pet idea I have. I don't have any basis for it. Over here? Here we go.
One more left.
I also notice, man, there are so many things where it's like, shit. I wanted to talk about this, but wait, I want to finish my thought, and then I forget to go back to it. I really do feel like I should start scripting these out a little bit. During the scene where Eggman blew up a lot of meteorites. Okay, down here, I guess? where Eggman blew up the moon. I like how he just introduces himself as Dr. Eggman. Like, he doesn't... Robotnik is completely gone at this point. No one calls him Robotnik anymore. He doesn't even call himself Robotnik anymore. He is the Eggman. His theme song is, I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. I got the master plan. Right? Because, as I explained in Sonic Adventure...
It feels good floating. That jumping
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Smallest and fastest rotating meteor, goddamn you. You see, after using the spring, doesn't help me. Goddamn, this level's too fucking big. And very vertically based, too. Because when they localized Sonic Adventure, the studio had moved from Japan to San Francisco. Sonic Team is based in the US now. So, again, as I explained, they didn't want to have that incongruity anymore. They didn't want it to be Eggman, wow, really? They didn't want it to be Eggman in Japan and Robotnik in English-speaking countries. They wanted him to just be Eggman in Japan and in the US and English-speaking nations. So, like, whereas the reason we have Robotnik in the first place is because Sega's localizing team kinda, like, that's a story as old as time, is they kind of don't have anything to do with the developers. The guys who make the game and the guys who translate the game are two completely different teams that aren't even in the same country as each other. There's not a lot of communication there. They get sent the Japanese script and they are told, put it into English, and they just kind of do whatever they want, right? Over here? Yeah. They just kind of do whatever they want, so that's where Robotnik comes from. But now, they're based in the US. They can talk, like, the people who make the games into English are in the same room as them, so they can have much greater creative control over those kind of decisions. So they're in the US, they're localizing the game, they're like, no, his name's Eggman, why are you calling him Robotnik? Well, in the US, he's called Robotnik. That's weird.
I have
Fix
to try
that.
harder.
So the solution they came up with was Eggman was the insult, and his name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik, but he kind of adopts Eggman as a point of pride. Oh, you call me the Eggman? Then yeah, I'm the fucking Eggman. Fuck you.
Long time no see, treasure hunter.
Not really, and also, again, where does that come from?
Your emerald, talking to you is a waste of time.